battle for the City of Angels. The skies over Los Angeles didn't fade into twilight, they bruised into a violent, apocalyptic violet. From the Hollywood Hills down to the Santa Monica Pier, the barrier between the mundane world and the supernatural shattered. It started as a routine haunting at the Roosevelt Hotel, but within hours, the city was overrun. Biblical entities, vaporous poltergeists, ancient demons, and vengeful spirits spilled into the streets. Traffic on the 405 stalled completely as spectral entities floated through gridlock, and the city became a massive, chaotic war zone. Fortunately, every major paranormal investigator, monster hunter, and mystery-solving squad in history happened to be drawn to the epicenter. Phase 1. The tactical briefing, the Sunset Strip, in the middle of a barricaded Sunset Boulevard, an impromptu command center formed around a sleek black 1967 Chevy Impala and a bright green, flower-powered mystery machine. Sam and Dean Winchester stood over the hood of the Impala, mapping out the demonic ley lines. Nearby, Fred Jones was meticulously drawing up a blueprint involving a massive net, a pulley system, and a crane borrowed from a local construction site. Dean Winchester, rubbing his temples, "Look, Goldilocks, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you can't trap a high-level demonic manifestation of the 7 deadly sins with a couple of tripwires and a barrel of fishnets." Fred Jones, "Don't rule out the nets until you see them in action, Dean. We just need a willing volunteer to act as bait." Right on cue, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo were already retreating into the back of the mystery machine, frantically eating a massive, 5-decker sandwich they'd scavenged from a deserted diner to calm their nerves. Just then, the distinctive, high-pitched whine of an ECT-01 siren cut through the air. The converted ambulance screeched to a halt. Dr. Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egan Spengler, and Winston Zeddemore stepped out, fully suited up in their flight suits, adjusting the dials on their proton packs. Dr. Ray Stantz, "Spengler, look at these PKE readings. The psychokinetic energy grid in this basin is completely off the charts. It's like Gozer took a vacation to Malibu and brought the entire underworld with him." Dr. Peter Venkman, "Great. Perfect. Does anyone know if the local restaurants are still delivering, or are we strictly on tactical rations?" Stepping out from the shadows of an alleyway, Buffy Summers leaned against her scythe, her eyes scanning the rooftops where gargoyles were beginning to stir. Beside her, Angel stood with his arms crossed, his vampiric senses locked onto a dark cloud gathering over downtown. "Buffy, less talking, more blasting, boys. The sun is completely down, and the local vampire population just got a major upgrade from whatever portal opened up in the valley." Phase 2. The investigation and the chaos, downtown LA. While the heavy hitters prepped for war, the empirical investigators were trying to make sense of the madness. Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson from Ghost Hunters were stationed inside the historic Millennium Biltmore Hotel with their thermal cameras and audio recorders, trying to track a massive spike in EMF radiation. "Jason, did you hear that?" "Grant, hold on. Let's do an EVP session. Is there anyone here with us right now?" Spectral voice, "We are Legion." Grant, "Okay, that's definitely a Class 4 residual, or an actual demonic legion. Let's call the guys with the backpacks." Outside, the street level was pure chaos. Velma Dinkley and Daphne Blake were working alongside Sam Winchester, cross-referencing ancient texts with Velma's tablet to find the source of the biblical seal that had broken. Suddenly, a horde of flying, gargoyle-like demons swooped down toward them. Phase 3. The Grand Clash. The battle erupted across the city in a synchronized display of science, magic, and pure martial arts. The Scooby Gang's finest hour, Fred's trap, actually worked. He triggered a crane line that swung a massive, silver-plated billboard directly into a pack of charging hellhounds, pinning them perfectly. Shaggy and Scooby, running in absolute terror from a glowing green phantom, accidentally led the ghost straight into a crossfire. The proton stream, spell combo. Ray and Winston locked their bright orange proton streams onto a towering, multi-eyed biblical demon. As the particle beams held the entity in place, Castiel appeared with a flash of feathered wings, driving an angel blade into the ground to cast a banishment ritual. The combined force of nuclear science and angelic grace shattered the demon into harmless static electricity. The frontline brawlers, Buffy and Angel, fought side by side on the steps of City Hall, cutting through waves of ancient vampires and demonic foot soldiers. Dean Winchester fired a sawed-off shotgun loaded with rock salt to disperse a gathering poltergeist, while Sam used a grenade launcher loaded with holy water to clear a path for ECT-01. Egan Spengler quickly modified the Ghostbusters' main containment unit, hooking it up to the Impala's alternator and utilizing a spell written by Velma and Sam. With a final, massive surge of power, they created a localized reverse vacuum. A blinding light erupted from the center of Los Angeles. The vortex howled, pulling the rogue angels, ancient demons, poltergeists, and phantoms out of the sky and trapping them securely within the massive, high-tech containment grid. The aftermath. As the purple skies cleared and the regular California stars showed through the smog, the group gathered on the asphalt, catching their breath. The city was silent again. Peter Venkman wiped a layer of green ectoplasm off his uniform and looked over at the Winchesters. Venkman, you kids aren't bad. If you ever want to franchise out in Lebanon, Kansas, give us a call. We have excellent dental. Dean, thanks, but we prefer to work out of the trunk. It's cheaper. A few yards away, Scooby-Doo sat on the bumper of the Mystery Machine, happily sharing a box of Scooby snacks with an amused Castiel. Which corner of the supernatural world should our team investigate next?